decided to take you into my realm a little bit, into my little spot of peace, so that we can talk about some of the channeled messages that I get. So I normally get channeled messages. So grab your coffee, your tea, your bevy of choice. Little latte going on. So join me. Let's sit down. We'll talk about other things that are going on that I don't need the cards for, because when you are tapped into energies of the people that are watching, it's a little bit different. But we'll talk about the channeled messages and the dreams that I get in this space, so that if there's anyone struggling with those things, then we can have a little community around that, a little point of reference. The other day, I had a dream or a vision, and that vision was a little threw me off. It threw me off a little bit, and I was like, "What is that?" And I couldn't figure out what it was, so I had to look it up. I saw this image, and it seemed familiar to me, so that's why I looked it up, because it seemed familiar. Sometimes I'll get images or energies with images, and I don't know what it means, but I had to look it up, so I'll put a little photo in there for you to see what I saw. And I realized it was a Stretch Armstrong toy from way back when. And if you know anything about Stretch Armstrong, it was a toy that came in a very miniature version. But when you added water to it, it would blow up. But you could stretch it, you could pull its arms, its legs, you could pull every ligament. But the way that I saw it was fully inflated, and I saw it like someone's body was full of fluid or water. So when I have dreams, they sometimes come through in that sense where I'll just get a vision and I feel the energy. So the energy that I feel is normally related to something that's going on in the body, or in the body of someone that's in my collective. It could be a friend, a family member, it could be anyone. And I used to only share these visions with people that knew me, and now I'm being guided to share in a bigger collective. I am not a medical practitioner. I am not a clinician in any way. I am not any of those things that require titles and years of education. I'm just telling you what I saw and what I felt in that image. So the Stretch Armstrong was fully stretched and full of water. Every ligament was full of water. So me not knowing what it was, I was like, oh, it's a toy. But being shown the image allowed me to see that someone's body, it comes small, it comes in a small package. But once you open it up and you start to fill it with water, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So when I saw the image, the only thing that I saw was the water. I was like, why is it so big? And I realized it had been stretched to its capacity. So I didn't get a sense of urgency, but I got a sense of, okay, this is something that someone needs to look at. You know, they need to take a look at this. And sometimes when I get these medical images, it's very important. So take this with a grain of salt. So the image that I saw allowed me to feel, I guess, what that toy felt like from the inside. It was full of water. The water couldn't go anywhere. So someone has filled their body with some sort of substance or liquid. I don't like to name things because you'll know what that is for you. It could be alcohol, but whatever that is, because, water toxicity is a thing as well. Look it up if you don't know. So whatever it is that you've filled, your body has been put to its capacity, and it cannot take it anymore. So I could see inside that there was a small pocket around the chest area of that Stretch Armstrong that had air, but everything else was water. So that one air pocket is all they have left. But it wasn't a big air pocket. It might have been like the size of my hand. That's all they have left. So this could be also either someone's filled their body with something and that's the capacity, or someone's about to give birth. So that air pocket could be a child floating there. These are the visions that I get. So this is my channel message. So when I'm having this experience, I'm explaining to you how I felt as well. So a lot of empaths will feel things before they will even, then the vision makes it clear. But the feeling that I got was that it is at its capacity. It's about to burst. So I took it in two ways. In a toxic way, like there's something that's filled the body and it's about to burst, or it's at its capacity, or it's about to need some procedure or surgery or something in that sense. Or you can see it in the sense of it's time to give birth, it's time to release whatever it is, or pop something so that it's released. And I'll put an image of it when it's full here, because before it's just a toy, but when it's full, it's a completely different thing. So this is how you know it's time, for someone. So in terms of metaphorically in our healing journeys in general, Spirit is advising or telling someone in my collective that it is time to move something forward. It's time to release something. It is time to let something go. It is causing some sort of flooding, an overload, or at its capacity. It could be a point where water has reached its capacity and it's about to overflow. Emotions have reached its capacity and it's about to overflow. Or something has reached its capacity and it's about to be burst. That one little pin drop or that one thing is going to send it deflated. Send it back to what it was before, or deflate it in some kind of way. Whatever this is, it's not going to be the same, because once you puncture that and it overflows, it has to be repaired in order to bring it back to normal. And if you know anything about a Stretch Armstrong that needs to be repaired, it has disintegrated. It's like weaving together little pieces of skin or fabric or something that is, you need to mend. You need to do the work to now mend your body back into a point where it's sealed back up. That is for someone, so that you can be restored. Either someone is doing this in their life in terms of transitioning from overfilling the body, or they are either transitioning to giving birth, or they are transitioning into letting things go in their life metaphorically in terms of their healing or whatever you have your energy put into, and it's time to mend. The great thing about healing, when it's time, taking that level of responsibility means that you are aligning with your higher self and every version of yourself that needs to meet you in that space of healing. Because guess what? Contrary to what people might tell you, you cannot do that with anyone else other than yourself. So if you don't have a reason, let that image be a prime example of how you can reel your life back in. Stop feeding yourself whatever it is that you've been feeding yourself that has put you in that position for you to reach your capacity.